Imagine dedicating 40 years of your life to building something from scratch, sacrificing your health, your time, your youth, only to have the two people closest to you plot to destroy it all behind your back. That's exactly what happened to me. But instead of crying about it, I gave them a punishment so unforgettable, it made the entire neighborhood gasp. If you've ever felt betrayed, underestimated, or used, stick with me. And hey, if you love hearing justice served ice cold, hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready for one of the most satisfying revenge stories you'll hear today. My name is Clara. I'm 62 years old, and for 4 decades, my world revolved around 2 things: my family and my bakery. My husband Julian and I married young. He wasn't perfect, lazy at times, more of a dreamer than a doer, but I loved him. I thought love meant carrying the heavier load. While he played cards with his friends, I woke at 3 a.m. every day to knead dough, stir fillings, and open the shop before sunrise. By the time most people in town had their first sip of coffee, I had already sold dozens of fresh loaves. Over 40 years, that bakery became my blood, sweat, and legacy. Customers called me the bread queen. Kids who once came for cookies grew up and brought their own children. It wasn't just a business, it was my pride. And Julian, he liked the money, sure, but he never cared about the craft. Now our son Michael, my golden boy, he cared. He grew up watching me bake, and though he chose firefighting as his career, he always said, "Mom, one day, when you're ready, I'll run the bakery with you." I thought I had everything: a loyal son, a family business, a marriage that, at least on the surface, had lasted decades. Until Allison entered the picture, Michael's wife, sweet smile, polite manners, at first, but behind closed doors, she was poison. She complained about my bakery being old-fashioned. She sneered at me, whispering to Michael that maybe it was time I retired and let her modernize things. I brushed it off. Families bicker. But then the whispers turned into screams I couldn't ignore. It was a rainy Tuesday evening when I found out the truth. I had gone to Julian's office to drop off his umbrella. On his desk, half hidden beneath some bills, was a letter. Not just any letter. A love note from Allison. "Can't wait to have the bakery to ourselves. She won't even see it coming." My stomach twisted. My hands shook. My heart didn't just break, it shattered. Allison, my own daughter-in-law, plotting with my husband. Not only to betray me in bed, but to steal my life's work. I started digging, and what I uncovered nearly destroyed me. Phone records, secret meetups at motels, texts filled with disgusting nicknames and promises, plans to put the bakery in Julian's name, then push Mom out. I remember staring at the wall that night, numb. 40 years of labor, 40 years of loyalty, all for this. But then numbness turned to fire. They thought I was weak. They thought age made me blind. Oh, they had no idea who they were dealing with. At first, I wanted to scream. To storm into the room, throw the letters in Julian's face, slap Allison across hers. But then I thought, no, screaming won't be enough. This betrayal deserves something unforgettable. That's when the plan began forming. You see, people underestimate bakers, but 40 years in a kitchen teaches you patience, precision, timing, skills perfect for revenge. And I would make sure my revenge was served piping hot. Step 1. Replace Julian's favorite bedroom necessity with something else. Something permanent. Industrial strength superglue. The kind used to fix machinery. Step 2. Set the trap. I told Julian I had to leave town for a 3-day catering gig. Packed a fake suitcase. Kissed him goodbye. Smiled as if my heart wasn't bleeding. Step 3. Wait. I knew Allison couldn't resist the opportunity. She'd rush over the moment my car pulled away. And step 4. My masterpiece. A smoke trap. A little contraption in the bakery kitchen, triggered remotely, designed to release a cloud of harmless smoke enough to set off alarms and panic the neighbors. Timing was everything. The night came. My phone buzzed. Hidden cameras showed Allison slipping into my house. Julian greeted her like a teenage boy sneaking around, not a man in his 60s. They thought they were safe, that I was miles away, that they could finally indulge in their little fantasy. And that's when it happened. The glue did its job perfectly. Not 10 minutes later, I triggered the smoke trap. Sirens wailed, neighbors shouted, calls were made. And who came crashing through my door with an axe in hand? Michael, my son, the fire chief. The look on his face when he saw his wife naked, stuck to his father. The silence in that room was deafening. Then came the screaming, the cursing, the scrambling that went nowhere because, well, let's just say they were very attached at that moment. Michael's men pulled them out, draping sheets over their shame. The entire neighborhood watched from the street, phones recording, gasps, laughter, pity, disgust. It was chaos, delicious, beautiful chaos. At the hospital, they begged for treatment. But I had one last touch. I switched their healing ointment for plain yellow mustard. Imagine the sting. Imagine the humiliation. By morning, videos of the glued lovers had gone viral. Memes, headlines. Fire chief busts cheating wife and father literally stuck together. Julian's reputation gone, Allison ruined. And me, I walked into that hospital room, divorce papers in hand. Didn't say a word, just placed them on the table and walked out. Michael stood with me, broken, yes, but strong. Together, we took back what was ours, the bakery, the legacy. Julian and Allison, they lost everything. No money, no respect, no family. And me, I finally slept peacefully. The sweet moment wasn't just watching them exposed. It was reclaiming my power. They thought they could strip me of my dignity, my livelihood, my family. Instead, they lost it all. And the cherry on top, knowing the entire world saw them for what they truly were. Sometimes life gives you lemons. Sometimes it gives you betrayal, heartbreak, and humiliation. But if you're patient enough, you can turn even the bitterest lemons into the sweetest justice. So tell me, was that satisfying, or was that satisfying? If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and drop a comment. What's the best revenge you've ever seen? Don't forget to subscribe, because trust me, you won't want to miss the next one.